Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels and to another episode featuring the RadioMaster TX16S OpenTX transmitter. One of our viewers requested to show how to bind and set up the Eachine E130 helicopter to the TX16S. So here it is. So first thing you need to do is to check the version on your TX16S. To do that, the long press on MDL and then go up using the wheel, push it towards left. And it will come over here, and when you go up here, module status is the version 1.3.0.91. So this is one of the older versions, and the Eachine E130 requires the multi-protocol that is called E129, E129. And that only came on the multi-protocol version 1.3.2.6. The first thing to do is to update the protocol to at least to that version. I'm not going to show those steps because there are excellent videos on YouTube that show how to update the multi-protocol version. So I'm going to provide the links to those videos down in the description. My TX16S is now updated with the latest firmware. So let's get started. Long press on the power button will turn it on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
And the first step is creating a new model. For that, you long press this wheel and then go to Model Select and long press again and create model. Now here there is no helicopter option, but that's okay. You go to plane, click, and it's going to ask, does your model have a motor? Yes, and that's going to be on channel 3 because AETR, throttle, is on the third channel. So page down, number of ailerons on your model, press the wheel and select 1 or 2 with Y cable. And that's going to be on channel 1, that's correct. We don't have any flaps, page down. And we are going to leave it as is. Channel 2 is going to be the elevator channel and channel 4 is going to be the rudder channel. So this is good as well. Page down. And everything looks correct. So now we are going to click and select yes, all is well, create a plane. Click the wheel again and then return to come back. Now this model is created. Return again. And the home screen shows model 69. Now it's time to select the protocol and bind the E130 to the TX16S. For that, long press on the MDL model button. And first we start by changing the model name. One press on the wheel and we are just going to slide to E. I'm going to write Eachine E130. If you get a capital letter and you need to switch to lowercase, you long press on the wheel like this and it will become lowercase. And if you have a lowercase, a long press will turn it into an uppercase. The name is done. Now we need to go all the way down, but the trick is push the wheel to the left one click. And here we have the internal RF. The mode is off, so we are going to turn the internal RF module on. Press. So now it's multi-module. Click, go to the next and press again. And we are going to go back to E129. That's the protocol that we'll be using. Here we go. E129. And the channel order is correct. And we come down to bind. And next, I'm going to connect the battery and then click the wheel to start binding process. Sometimes it needs to be a little far away. And it is bound. As you see, the lights stop blinking. And if I'm too close, it's giving issue. But here you see the servos are moving. So this is done. Going to keep it all away because when this is too close, it's causing some interference, I think. So you can see the lights over there. And next, I'm going to go page down. to outputs because I want to check that everything is working correctly, at least the right stick. Forward, backward, right, and left. So everything is moving correctly. Now it's time to go to the mixes. So page back. Before I move any further, I'm going to disconnect the battery so we don't have an accident, and put this away. So channel 5, I'm going to start with channel 5, which is going to be the 1-key takeoff. And I'm going to assign this SH switch to that. This is a spring-loaded switch, so when I pull it, it's just going to take off. So long press on the wheel, and then I'm going to name it T off. And then come to the source. It is the S1 is select right now. Just click the wheel once and it's blinking now, and I'm just going to pull that SH switch and now it is there. So now one more click, return, return. So channel 5 is set up. Next is channel 6, which is the emergency stop, and I'm going to assign this SF switch to emergency. So if I pull it, it's just going to cut off everything. Let's name it E-stop. And then come down, click the wheel again, it is blinking. Now activate by moving that SF switch. Now it's showing there. Enter. Go back, return, and here we go. Channel 7 is the aileron trim, and I'm going to assign this, this dial S2 to that. Let's name it A trim. And go down, select the source, and just move this S2. As you see, center is 0 and then plus 100 minus 100 both sides, and enter again, return, return. In the same way, I'm going to set up the elevator trim to S1, that which is channel 8. Come down to source, again press the wheel, and then just move the S1 dial, press the wheel again, return, return. So we have set up everything that we need. The rudder trim didn't work, so I'm not going to attempt setting up the channel 9. And one other thing are the rates. So I like to set up some rates on this one. On the original controller, it has 100% and 50%, at least that's what it shows on the controller LCD screen. So let's move back to inputs. The page up will bring us to inputs, and here we are going to set the rates. So we are on the aileron, 100% is already there. So I press the wheel once, and then you pull the wheel to the right, and it will add another one, and press again. And long press, edit, and bring it down to weight. Press, move it down. To 50%. And the switch is going to be, I'm going to assign this SE switch to that. So pulled all the way towards me will be 50%, pushed away from me is going to be 100%. So select that, pull it towards me. As you see, it is showing with the down arrow. And return, return, and go up to 100% because we need to set the switch as well. Long press, edit, come down the switch, select it, push this SC switch back all the way and up position. And now it is set for that. So you can see when I move it like this, it's 100% and 50%. And I'm going to do the same for the elevator and rudder now. And here we go. We have the 100% and 50% rates set for aileron, elevator, as well as rudder. Let's move out, return, and we are on the main screen, Eachine E130, and it is time to do a flight testing. Before I do that, I would like to show you something, which is how to bind the helicopter to the TX16S without going to the bind menu every time. So there's a trick for it. And that trick is you turn off your transmitter, and unlike with the stock transmitter, you connect the battery to the helicopter first, and then turn on the TX16S.
Welcome to OpenTX.
And just wait a couple seconds, and now the lights are blinking fast, and they stop blinking, and everything is good. As you can see, they are bound. So here we are. And what we need to do is start with 100%, because if you decrease the rates, the throws on the sticks are not going to be enough to be able to, for example, do the calibration. The calibration is you pull both sticks to the lower left-hand corner together. So let's do this. And did you see the lights blinked on the helicopter? Let's do it again. So it is calibrated. And to take off, you can pull these to the out, down and out to the corners like that. And then you can just give throttle and then it will go up. Let's do the emergency stop. So it's working. So let's put it to the back to the where it is. Or we can use the one key takeoff, which we programmed this one. So let's pull it one time. And it didn't go up. And the reason is because our throttle is not altitude control, it's not spring loaded. So first we need to bring that to the center, the left stick, and then do this. And then now it will go up. As you see, it's not trimmed well. If I let go, it is kind of coming back and towards the left. So I'm going to try to show it while I'm flying it. It's a little difficult, but I'm just going to give it a little right and also a little forward. Let's see which one is forward. This one. And it needs a little more right, I think. Let's gain a little bit. A little more right trim. Of course, it would have been easier if I had a harness, but right now it is trimmed pretty good, as you can see. And when you're flying it, you have to leave the throttle at the center, because if it is a little above the center, it's going to slightly drift up, and if it is below, just below the center, it's going to start coming down slowly, because this is kind of like proportion control. It's not on-off. If you go up, if you want to go up quickly, you just give more. But the center is basically where it stays at its current altitude and not move. And let's test out the emergency stop. I'm just going to get really close to the ground, and you pull this lever and it just lands. And I think you can leave it like that and just take off again. And then if you push it out, then it will be operated. So every time it's switching from plus 100 to minus 100, it does the emergency stop. So if you want to take off manually, you can still do that. Let's do another calibration. It's blinking, and now, of course, I have to put it to the center and give it a little throttle, and then now it's flying. And let's do a manual landing now. And you leave the throttle down, and it takes a second or two for the rotor blade to stop spinning. So here it is, folks. This is how you set up your Eachine E130 on the RadioMaster TX16S. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. And this is the most functional that I could program. I know that I wasn't able to do the rudder trim as well as the one key landing. Somehow Channel 5 works only for one key takeoff and not landing. So if you figure it out, please let us know, let everybody know by leaving a comment below. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you on next video. Stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye bye.